Mom, please let me into the house. Why would you just lock me out of the house all of a sudden?
This household doesn't need a woman who's not going to take care of her own child. I'm going to have you leave this house immediately.
Not taking care of her own child? What are you talking about?
I cannot leave my grandchildren in the hands of a terrible woman who would leave her kids who were recently born. You need to disappear.
No, you don't understand, Mom. I felt sick, so I went to the hospital, that's all. I made sure to ask my husband to look after the kids while I went to the hospital.
You asked him? Yeah, you're full of crap. My son is saying that he has no idea what you're talking about to me.
What?
Besides, how could you possibly get sick when you have a child that's very vulnerable? You really don't have any idea how important it is to be healthy. We will be taking care of Stephen from now on.
Taking care of Stephen?
What exactly are you talking about?
You have Jessica too, right? Mom, you need to answer me right now. You aren't trying to do something with them, are you?
Jessica? Oh, that terrible grandchild who can't do anything? Ugh, I gave her away to your parents' house to look after.
What? I don't really understand. What's going on?
I'm sure you can take care of at least one half of your kids, right? We'll go ahead and take care of this child, so you can raise that child. Understood? You are seriously persistent, aren't you? I don't have the time or patience to be talking to the likes of you. Do you understand? I can't have you just standing outside our door the whole time either. Hurry up and go to your own home.
I can't do that. How could you do this to me? I also can't go home because this is literally my house. And those two kids are my babies that I gave birth to. And what the hell do you have against Jessica? She's a great kid.
She's literally the least capable child around. She's just the extra added kid to Stephen. We only need someone to take over the family name. Do you understand me?
What?
Ugh, I don't need a dumb daughter-in-law or a daughter who isn't worth anything to take over the family name. I figured that my son would take over the family business, to be honest with you. But I want him to do whatever he wants to do.
That's why you want to raise your own grandchild to be the heir to your family business? They should decide what they want to do with their own future. It's not something that us adults should decide for them.
Wow, look at this peasant talking to me and trying to lecture me on how the world works. Oh, you have a terrible sense of humor. If you want to complain that much, maybe you should start a company that's as big as ours and run it. And then you can complain to me. I'm sure you won't be able to with your rotten brain, though.
Please, Mom, let me see my son. I'm begging you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no to that. Just go home already. Your special, amazing daughter is waiting for you at your house.
I couldn't believe what was happening. No matter how much I went to that house, they just wouldn't... I just kept getting chased off by my mother-in-law every time. My husband, who absolutely loves his mom, obviously took her side too. I ended up never seeing my son once during the whole time I kept going to the house. Once our divorce was said and done, my husband would have custody of my son, and I would have custody of my daughter. Imagine that. It worked out perfectly for that rotten woman. It would be bad to cause a sudden change in the child's environment at this stage of development. That's what the courts told me when they made their decision. I would only be able to see my son twice a month, an hour each time.
Hey, Liz. Look at you taking home the big money. I saw you making big moves. That movie! What was it? The Bravery of a Single Petal? Oh, Jessie, she was the main character in that movie, right? Congratulations!
It's Jessica. So what compelled you to message me today?
Why didn't you contact me about it at all? You always need to contact your relatives first thing about stuff like this, right?
Relatives? What?
We're relatives, silly.
We're not relatives, silly. I literally divorced your son.
Oh,
You divorced your son.
Oh, young kids nowadays. Just so you know, you can't cut ties with a family that easily. Do you understand? Besides, that girl has my family blood in her too. She's not just your child. You really can't be saying things like that anymore. We're definitely relatives. Are you aware of what you're saying right now? Or are you being intentionally dense? You chased both Jessica and I out of our own home and stole Stephen's parental rights from me, remember? Oh, you. You're still dragging that little detail on? Oh, it's not a big deal at all. I'm seriously appalled by how naggy you are. You're really the exact person you were 8 years ago, aren't you? You really need to learn from your kids and how much they've grown up. Little details? Raise my son from me? A little detail? It is a little detail, sweetheart. I literally let you see him every month, didn't I? I'm so kind. There are loads of parents in this world that want to see their kids, but they can't, for one reason or another. You really need to realize how blessed you are before coming at me with how you're such a victim. Okay, I'm done with this talk. I think that I have a completely different take than you on what happened to me and my son. Please don't ever contact me in any shape or form. Goodbye. Hey, hang on. I'm not finished talking to you yet. Talking to me? Yeah, about how I'm going to live with my grandchildren. What? Let me explain. Our company is actually putting in a lot of effort to invite in fresh blood and raise them from the ground up. That's why I thought that maybe it would be a good idea if Jessica transfer over to our company. Imagine a child actor who's already fairly well known show up at our renowned and established company. You realize how much attention she would get and how much she would benefit, right? You're going to do this to your grandkids again? You are really the one who hasn't changed one bit since we last met. Just so you know, you really don't have any choice here. If you think you do, you're completely mistaken. Think about it. It's very clear which choice is the correct choice when it comes to the kid's best interest. It's obvious. It doesn't take rocket science to figure it out. Living in some poor household or coming to live at our house, where she would never have to worry about anything and would be able to get whatever she wanted. Which do you think is best for her? Yeah, you're right. We don't have that much money. We don't have that much money compared to you. But I made sure that I poured my heart and soul into raising them with my love. I only saw Stephen once a month, but I'm pretty sure I did my best in raising him with love too. I think it's something that's invaluable and can't be bought by money. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Ugh, this must be what people are talking about when they talk about people who are completely mistaken. Oh, I've never actually seen someone so mistaken, so thank you. Maybe I should get an autograph, huh? Completely mistaken? Beg your pardon? You mistake the fact that you are loved by your kids. You're not. Just so we're absolutely crystal clear, if she stays with you, she's not going to be able to really live up to her fullest potential. You understand? That girl is a literal prodigy, a once-in-a-lifetime genius, and that is behind every line in her acting. Oh, you really can't believe she's a child still. She even won some kind of an award, didn't she? Oh, I know this for sure. She definitely has our family's blood. It's not your family blood for sure. That's going to be a hard no. She is where she is because she worked really hard to get where she is. I know because I was right there with her when she was working day and night rehearsing. Yeah, I'm sure the boring and mundane, useless woman that you are would want to believe that. Oh, I almost feel pity towards you. But think about it just a little bit, using whatever amount of brain cells you have. What do you think Jessica was thinking twice a month when she met up with Stephen? Why is Stephen so rich and our house so poor? Man, he's so lucky. I'm so envious of what he's got. That's all she could think of. Oh, it's very easy to tell what she's thinking. She's such a grandma's child. Of course, she's always wanted to live with me. I'll go ahead and take your daughter now, too. Don't mind me.
Please turn on the TV right now. That amazing granddaughter who loves you oh so dearly is bashing you on TV. Oh, did I say that it was also being broadcasted live, right now, in the middle of the day?
Huh?
My grandma took my super important brother, whom I love so dearly, away from me. I wish I could meet him every day, even now. Those were her words, not mine.
What? Wait, hold on a second. What the hell are you talking about?
If you turn on the TV and go to ABC, it's all right there. She's going to be debuting in a new drama this time. She's on TV getting interviewed with the main character for an advertisement. It was actually just a moment ago that the host asked her about her family and if she had any siblings.
Oh man, she is literally spilling everything. She's not leaving out any details. What? You're being serious?
I'm being dead serious.
You need to make her stop right this second!
How am I supposed to stop her right now? It's live television. She said your name and your company name loud and clear for the world to hear.
Oh man, what has she done?
Oh well, it's just a small detail. You should really learn to forgive and let go of the little things. Oh, actually, you should be thanking Jessica if anything. You didn't have to pay for the free advertisement for your company.
Really forgive this at all. A company's public image is everything.
I'm currently in studio, so I won't be able to take your calls. What did you want to talk about?
Don't play coy with me, you little... You realize the amount of phone calls that our offices are receiving right now, thanks to you? They're all complaining, telling us to let the two live together as siblings.
Wow. Sounds like you're going through it right now.
Ugh, it's all your fault. Every single bit. If our sales drop because of this, I'm going to sue you for defamation and expect compensation.
Sue who?
My daughter? Of course I'm going to be suing you. I know that you are responsible for making her say that crap on TV.
You don't have proof, even if that were the case. Besides, I didn't say anything to her. She decided to talk and said everything on her own volition.
What?
She wanted to take Stephen away from you.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
You didn't know, did you? Twice a month, for 8 years, they had their visitations. Although, I don't think that's what they called it at all. I'm pretty sure they like to call it their war council. After they were ripped apart from each other, we've always wanted to live with the three of us together. We were all talking to each other and trying to figure out our best course of action to make it work.
Even Stephen? You're full of shit. My son must have been there too. There's no way he wouldn't have told me. He would tell me as soon as he caught wind of this.
Oh, your adorable, adorable son? Yeah, he was always playing games with his headphones in. It never failed, every month. There was not anything we talked about. We could be in a park or a cafe. It didn't matter. He wouldn't hear a word. Seriously, your son is the most amazing thing on this planet, right? Oh, hey, look at that. I just received news that Stephen is now in custody of the police. I'm going to go pick him up from the police.
Police? Why would he go to the police?
He told me how you were raising him, about how you would force him to do things he didn't want to, all because you were raising him. Stephen had no issues telling me about it all. We have all the photos of his bruises, cuts, and scratches you gave him. I told him he needs to run away from home and get to the nearest police station as soon as this program airs.
You hang on a second. That's cheap. You haven't even heard my side of the story yet. I don't care about any of that based on the kinds of actions you took. I will be sure to make you face your crimes to the fullest extent of the judicial system. It's not my fault that he would take forever to remember things. What the hell else was I supposed to do? It doesn't matter why. What matters is you abused someone else's son. I will never forgive you for what you've done. Also, I remember you specifically saying something to me. Something about how a divorce doesn't cut ties from a family. You're exactly right. Today was our D-Day, the day we execute our plans that we have planned for years. I will be taking full custody of Stephen from today. Please don't ever show up around me or mine ever again. You must be high on something if you think I'm not going to see him anymore. You know what's going to happen to you if you do this to me? Who's going to take over the family company if Stephen isn't with us anymore? Wait, what? If I recall correctly, you had a son, didn't you? Maybe you should let him take over the family business instead. I can't let that happen. Ugh, there's no way he would be able to run the family business. Don't worry about it. He's as pure as it gets. Something about how he has the best family blood running through his veins, right? Please, Miss Liz, I need you to stop. I'll apologize and repent for everything, so please, just go back on live TV and take back everything that was said. It means everything to our company, right? Come on, we're family, remember? Family? What? Oh, I got it. This is the mistaken person thing that you've never actually seen one. Can I have your autograph? Afterwards, my ex-husband's company was the target for the world's hatred. They were trying their best to cover it up for a while, but they did go under. There's no way that a man-child would ever be able to run a company, so it really doesn't surprise me at all. Apparently, they're all working in some factory together to pay back all of the loans they've accrued. But the best part is that everyone knows what they look like and what they've done, so I'm sure everyone's going to talk shit about them forever. After this whole debacle, my daughter retired from the entertainment industry. I told her that if she enjoyed acting, she can keep going with it, but she told me that she wanted to be with Stephen and I forever. That pretty much made me melt on the spot. Stephen was also having a little tough time adjusting to life with us, but he's finding his place. He even made a few friends around the neighborhood, and he goes out every day. At first, my life was a living hell, but after a long and hard battle, I live a happy life that I can't complain about, thanks to my son and daughter.